is the only one here because there's gonna be a film shoot. So I'm back at the hospital. As you can see, it's super dark out because it's starting to be winter time and the days are shorter, and I'm here like before the sun even rises. You know, I was a little bummed about being back at the hospital today, but they were supposed to tow my car for the film shoot, but the kind person did not. And he came out and he was like, "Oh, you made my morning. Thank you for moving your car." And I was like, "Sir, you've made my morning, okay? Like, thank you for not towing it." So I'm taking that as a good sign that this is going to be a good week. All right, y'all know the drill. I'm pre-rounding on all my patients before getting sign up from the night team, which starts at 6:30. Time to get sign out. So I'm about to go around with the team and the attending. I don't know, I just feel a little bit uneasy about this month on floors just because COVID cases are upticking. I'm scared. I'm just worried about losing my life in the line of service before I get to even do what I've always wanted to do, before I even get to start dermatology. Like, I've worked my entire life to be a dermatologist and I haven't experienced much outside of that. Like, I haven't really even started my life yet. If this year, this hard year, is the last memory that I have in my life, I'm coming back to haunt people. Just caught this view leaving the hospital. So happy. Just look at how beautiful the city looks. The light of the sunset just gleaming off of the buildings. That skyline is unmatched. Exactly what I needed after my very first day back on the wards. Oh man, it was a rough day. It always is the first day because you're catching up on all these new patients that you don't know and everything that's happened since they were admitted to the hospital, and it was just a lot to be back on. But it was good. My team is really awesome this month. My first month on the wards was very rough, if y'all can recall all my crying videos. I'm sure I'll cry a few times on this rotation too. Healthcare workers are just dropping like flies left and right, and it's awful, and none of it is okay. We like sacrifice our youth, and we have not experienced life. Like, we live our lives just waiting for the next 4 years, or waiting for the time when we're finally able to be normal adults and to live life without working 80+ hour weeks and without studying our butts off on top of our 80+ hour weeks. That'll be the first time that I'll truly get to like live a normal life and like experience life outside of schooling and training. Just like constantly been working with this one goal in mind. And if I die before that happens, if I die and my last memory, my last experience is intern year, oh my gosh, I'll be so mad. I refuse. I'd be an angry spirit. I'd be an angry ghost. I don't know why I'm so sad today. My friend Liz and I were in charge of planning wellness day for my program, and so we did, and we had a great idea. We were going to go to Dave & Buster's and have a whole fun day full of games and food and all that. But of course, Dave & Buster's isn't a good idea with like people touching things and eating and all that, especially now with COVID. Kovu is not here, and I miss him, my little angel. My friend Andrew took him on a trip this week because he's on vacation and he's going to a ski resort town, and he's taking his dog and he's hanging out with his family. And they're gonna go on hikes and go outdoors and stuff. And I was like, oh, well, Kovu would love to do that. I just let my son go on his first trip with his friends, and I just don't know how to feel about it. Like, they just grow up so fast. I'm crazy, I know. I'm in the hospital restroom, just in the dark, because I've been sitting here too long. And the lights are automatic, like motion censored. This is great. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm about to walk out and turn this light on. I can see clearly now. Okay. Back to work. Love you, Mo.
Same here.
I see you.
I'll see you in the morning.
Okay, see you then. So tired. Feel dead inside. This is Liz, by the way. She also matched derm, so we're derm buddies.
Surviving together.
Surviving intern year.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
One admit at a time.
Ooh, one admit
month
and one discharge.
That's right. All right, I'll see you in a couple hours. I can't. It's been a long day. We were a long call, found out that we had COVID exposure, and then I started like feeling nauseous, and I had headaches, and my nasal cavity just felt a little numb, and my throat started feeling sore. But I wasn't sure if the symptoms were like real or if it was just the placebo effect, like I was overanalyzing it. The psychiatric side of COVID, y'all, it is underrated. I posted about it on my story, my Instagram story, and a lot of y'all responded. A lot of you that work in the hospitals felt the same, like you weren't sure if it was the placebo effect and overanalyzing or if your symptoms were real. Tomorrow, they're going to be testing all of the residents to top it all off. Someone that I was once very close to passed away suddenly. Gosh, if that wasn't just shocking, to say the least. It reminded me of our mortality, and it made me want to hold my loved ones even closer. Oh, I just feel like I'm spiraling in a pit of sad emotions. I know I'll get out of it eventually, but for now, I just want to wallow a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. Did I mention that? And I think the symptoms that I was feeling yesterday was just fatigue and paranoia. Feeling much better this morning, but then we are on long call again tomorrow, so at least we feel better today.
Okay. So put your head back a little bit, and it's just a tip that I'm going in.
Okay.
I'm going to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, no tears for the drama. More drama for the film. Okay, on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No tears. Oh, come on.
Oh, God.
How to be more dramatic? For your camera. Don't put that on TikTok.
It's not. That was not comfortable.
Too funny.
Thank you. So I just FaceTimed my bestie, drinking this wine. Just enjoying my night before doing long call again tomorrow, and doing a lot of self-reflection. I've been a little bit in my feels, as y'all can see. We are back to the hospital this morning. Long call again. Yay! Okay. Oh my goodness, it's like 2 p.m. and I'm just now getting to sit down to eat. I have been running around nonstop. It's just one thing after another. My patients just all decided to decompensate at the same time. It's taken like a huge toll on me. I finally did everything that I could do at this time, and so I get to sit down and eat. So we have a spicy tuna roll, and the dude convinced me to get this crab cake salad when I wanted a burger. All I wanted was burger, but he said this is super good, so it was just crazy. I had a patient who just found out that he had a stroke, and it's so hard talking to the patient and the family because the stroke is a traumatic experience. It was a really hard situation because he was at risk for a clot, but he also had a bleed. And so it was just one of those situations where you don't know whether it's better to anticoagulate or to not. And he ended up getting a stroke, and it's really hard seeing that and talking to the family and knowing how distressed they are and talking to the patient, especially when they're so sweet. And then another patient of mine developed an intra-abdominal infection, and I just feel awful. No past medical history before all this happened. And then another patient I have had an RRT called, and I made a mistake, a small minor mistake that ended up not being the reason why the RRT was called. But nevertheless, I was really scared, and I hate when I make mistakes. I really beat myself up for it when I overlook something. I had a moment there where I just teared up, but then I had to pull it together because all my other patients needed me and were decompensating. And then another one of my patients had a PEG tube placed a little over a week ago, and the nurse called me and said that the PEG tube was leaking. I came and saw it, and we ended up ordering a CT scan. The CT showed that the PEG tube was going through the transverse colon, which it's not supposed to do. This poor patient has dementia and must have been in so much pain. I don't know, I feel like patients with dementia, elderly patients, often get overlooked because everyone's like, oh, they have dementia, this is their baseline and whatever. Like, I don't know why it happens, but it does happen. I've seen it happen a lot because obviously the patient wasn't able to tell me what was going on. It's just been a really long, hard day, and all my patients are decompensating, and I feel like it's me. I know it's not. I know it's just unlucky, but gosh, I just need a win. Sorry guys, I feel like I've been complaining all day, all week really. I've seen a lot of suffering and it's getting to me, but I just saw a patient that wasn't acutely suffering, and that felt good to just see someone who wasn't symptomatic and whose physical exam was okay. Up before the sun, leave the hospital after the sun goes down. Need some vitamin D. Girl is depressed, stressed and depressed. I can barely see over my N95, so I have to like really look down when I'm going downstairs with these. It's kind of dangerous. TGIF! I'm out before the sun is down. It feels so bright. I feel so merry. Look at the city behind me. Finally get to see Kovu because he's back. He went on vacation with one of my close friends and he's finally back home. Y'all, this week has certainly been exhausting, as you can tell from my constant complaining this week. But I've noticed such a huge difference. My team is awesome. So supportive and kind and like really collaborative. I still feel like I'm recovering a little bit from the PTSD of my last month on wards, but this week has been a pleasant surprise for sure. Teamwork truly does make the dream work. It really makes a world of difference who you work with. And all my patients that decompensated yesterday are doing better today, and it feels so good to just not see other human beings suffering. Yeah, it's a good day. 2 of the residents actually ended up testing positive for COVID. I haven't gotten my test results back, but hopefully they're negative. Just in case, they're gonna actually retest all of us who tested negative on Monday of next week. Every single time I find out that I have been exposed to someone who tested positive, even if I have had a mask on around them and they've had a mask on around me, my throat starts hurting and I don't know, I just like start exhibiting symptoms or like questioning if I'm exhibiting symptoms. And y'all, placebo effect is so real. Don't do that to yourselves, you guys. Don't be a hypochondriac like me. Don't think that you have every issue under the sun. Hopefully I don't have COVID, and hopefully it is truly placebo effect. I need to stop overthinking. We all need to stop overthinking while also practicing caution. So that's what I'm gonna do. Stay safe, y'all. I am going to go see Kovu. If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. I've literally parked in that exact same spot when I first moved here. Oh, this poor dude. I remember the pain of coming to my car and finding out that it was gone. I remember that so well, this poor person. Oh, I missed you. Oh, I missed you too. I'm sorry. I know, but you had fun.